It's something that they should definitely keep in mind, but they should also understand within the context that immunogenicity is important for all biologics, whether you're talking about biosimilars or whether you're talking about the originator molecules. Because biologics are so large, they are more easily seen by the immune system. And as a result, you have to be concerned about immunogenicity. The standards that are being developed here in the United States and what is present within the highly regulated markets and the highly standardized markets like the European Union include the analyses and the clinical evaluation to ensure that there are no higher levels of immunogenicity or adverse events. In the developing world, where the standards may not be quite as high, we have seen some circumstances of where so-called biosimilars, which really are not biosimilars, but they're marketed as such, where there have been instances of immunogenicity. So I think people need to understand that when they're considering the differences globally, and markets that will be more highly structured like the European Union, what's being developed here in the United States, that the criteria, the clinical safety and evaluation, the ongoing pharmacovigilance should be enough to prevent those challenges of immunogenicity from being greater within the context of biosimilars than they are for originator biologics. But it's important to remember, and this is also important to remember from the standpoint of people need to understand from their use of the originator products what their current levels of adverse event side effects are. Because once biosimilars come to market, it may be a little more easy to think that a certain adverse event may be related to the use of a biosimilar because the product is be considered new, will be considered novel, and people will be maybe a little bit more heightened in terms of their interest in monitoring potential adverse events. So people need to understand what their baselines are to make sure that they're not seeing any additional levels of adverse events when they start using biosimilars.